What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey, look, I would like to say thank you to everybody. People watching the channel really help the channel grow. We're going to just keep getting better. I appreciate everyone who watches the content. I know a lot of people watching the small content, but the long form is for y'all. We have a very good one tonight. A lot of bullshit been happening. A lot of bullshit been going on. I don't know when y'all are specifically going to see this video, but a lot has been going on. Wow. We're going to jump straight into it like we do.
A mass shooting in Texas, killing 2 people, injuring more than a dozen. And we found the gunman has ties to the Bronx. News 12's Marissa Santorelli is in Parkchester, digging into his connection to the borough.
A quiet condo in Parkchester, connected to chaos across the country. Early Sunday morning, gunfire erupted outside of a packed bar in Austin, Texas, killing 2 people, injuring 14. According to sources, the shooter wore clothing with an Iranian flag design and the words, quote, "property of Allah" on the front. That man, believed to be 53-year-old Ndiaga Diagne, a former Bronx resident.
That's crazy.
A shock.
He lived at the Parkchester North condominiums for years before moving to San Antonio in 2017. His name's still on the directory. The man who lives in Diagne's former apartment was taken up to speak on camera, telling us FBI agents even paid him a visit. Residents we spoke with didn't recognize the suspected shooter.
No, never seen him.
I don't know him.
You don't know him at all?
I don't recognize him.
But still in complete shock.
Yeah, because this is a quiet floor.
And with this day and age, you tell people to be careful and look out, but you know, how can you prepare yourself for looking out for stuff like this?
Diagne was shot and killed by police. This happening one day after the U.S. and Israel launched joint attacks on Iran. Sources say the attack is now being investigated as an act of terrorism. Here in Parkchester, Marissa Santorelli, News 12 The Bronx.
So I got word from some sources aligned with a couple of police departments all over in a couple major cities in this country that the police department is being told to adhere to extra caution. These are events that happen, sadly, especially during wartime. You have a lot of information being passed around. You have a lot of people hearing different things and different rhetoric, right, all over. And really, you don't know who's influencing what, sadly. You don't know who's influencing what. You don't know who's coming up with what, who's coming out. Like, you don't know. This is why it is important to what information you're feeding your children online, what information you're taking in online. What information? Information is the biggest key. It's the biggest thing. I don't know what got this man to do why he did what he did. It's a lot of mental health issues going on in this country. This is something that I've been talking about for a while. Something that I suffered from. Mental health is a serious thing. And for me, talking is that outlet for me. For others, they might crash the fuck out, sadly. And this is where we are today. We got people who got access to guns with low IQs, low emotional intelligence, and it's not the gun's fault, it's the people's fault. So it's a lot of people who go out every weekend. I'm not saying be fearful. I'm not saying don't, do you, but at the same time, I'm just saying, nigga, duck and roll, nigga, when the bullets start flying. Nigga, duck, nigga. Because at the end of the day, it ain't no telling of who it's going to happen to, when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. It's no telling. Because you have these motherfuckers, these extremists, these motherfuckers who want to kill people just for a point, I guess. I don't even understand what shooting up a bar does. Whatever. Outside of making a statement, and here's the statement that it should be. Everybody needs to be cautious of where they're having their surroundings at. Everybody need to be cautious of how they're doing what they're doing any fucking way. Let's get to the next one. What the fuck is happening in Florida?
To a very disturbing safety alert after a 12-year-old girl was raped in a community garden. Police say her attacker is barely a teenager, and he's not the only one being charged as an adult. Local 10's Christina Vasquez is live in Miami with the horrific details in this case. Christina.
And I do want to start with a graphic content warning. So if you have some young ones at home, just know that these allegations are very disturbing and some of the content here is troubling.
Police say for a 12-year-old girl in Miami's Overtown neighborhood, this community garden on a June evening became the scene of a horrific crime at the hands of.
So you're 12 years old? You're 13 years old?
Two middle school-aged boys.
You have a grand jury indictment charging.
Now facing serious charges to include kidnapping as adults, accused of a violent act of sexual battery. The 12-year-old victim telling police as she was leaving her friend's house, 13-year-old Nelson Nunez grabbed her, forcing her onto a couch in a community garden. Another boy restrained her, she said, and as 12-year-old Josiah Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming, Nunez, she said, raped her. The co-defendants only stopping about 30 minutes later when they heard her father calling out her name.
And just minutes ago, we learned from the Miami State Attorney's Office that there is a third co-defendant, a 15-year-old by the name of Xavier Tyson, who is also facing the charges in connection that he has to this incident as an adult. And those include felonies of lewd and lascivious, as well as false imprisonment. This is a developing story, and we have much more for you coming up on local10.com. That's our website. Reporting live for you, I'm Christina Vasquez. Local 10 News.
Just heartbreaking. Okay, thanks a lot.
It's so ridiculous. Our youth are fucking animals. Like, these little motherfuckers are fucking animals. I can't imagine being a 12 or 13-year-old and why. Fucking why. I can't understand that shit. Why? Why the fuck y'all young niggas' minds even thinking like that? Why y'all young niggas' minds even thinking like that? What is this? This is what happens, sex culture. This is what happens, hip-hop, music, rap, ass-shaking bitches. Now we have over-sexualized little-ass boys. Because why the fuck are y'all minds even thinking like this? That little boy put rocks in the girl's mouth so she couldn't scream. It's crazy. And then you have the father coming and speak.
The court was brief today, but afterwards emotions were running high with one of the families of the boys being charged as an adult.
It's not true. He's on 12.
That's the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones screaming at anyone who would listen after today's court hearing as her son faces charges as an adult in a case involving the rape of a 12-year-old girl.
I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. Guess what? I'm going to always feel like as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel like it's not enough.
The girl's mother speaking to Local 10 recently saying she just wants justice for her daughter. According to police, the girl was leaving a friend's home when she encountered the boys near a community garden in Overtown. Investigators allege 13-year-old Nelson Nunez raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. All three boys are being charged as adults. The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys stopped when they heard her father calling her name. In court today, attorneys for two of the three boys arrested in this case formally entered not guilty pleas, requested jury trials, and invoked discovery requiring prosecutors to turn over all evidence. They also argued their clients, Jones and Nunez, should not be in adult jail.
At this point, you have a 13-year-old kid sitting in jail, and me and I think my co-counsel, the lawyer for the co-defendant, we both will be fighting hard to get our clients out of jail.
As for Jones's father, he tells us the allegations against his son are not true.
A young black man that was visiting Miami, it was with the wrong two kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him. These allegations are bogus.
The judge did schedule a status hearing for March 18th, We'll continue to stay on top of this case and update you with any new developments. For now, reporting live in Miami, I'm Isabella Martin, Local 10 News.
It's just a horrifying story for all the families involved. Okay, thank you.
Is it bogus that a little girl had to get raped? See, this is the thing about these little kids. You know, their brains ain't fully developed, easily to be influenced to do bullshit. I understand it very well, the peer pressures of being a young black boy, a young black boy in America, in the black community, and you see your homies doing something. I understand it. It's plenty of shit that I've seen, that I've witnessed. Plenty. You would not imagine the shit that I've witnessed in the black fucking community. The picking women up, drunk, on the side of the road from bars, taking them, robbing them, raping them. These is all stuff that I've seen happen in the black. I've witnessed. And I'm young. I'm a little kid. I'm a kid. I gotta talk to my family like, yo, is this like what? Why am I around these niggas that's doing this? Why is y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't like these niggas. I don't want to be around these niggas. I don't want to be involved with what the fuck they got going on. I'm just telling you about the peer pressure of being a black kid and being in the black community. So much stuff little black kids who don't want to be involved in and don't want to be involved with are forced to be involved with. And usually these are the consequences. All y'all go to jail. All y'all get shot. Whatever. Like, this is usually what happens. Your son being around these people, if that little girl got raped and there's proof that them boys did it, we're living in 2026. There's cameras everywhere. There's cameras on streets you don't think it's cameras on. These people aren't going to charge them and make this a whole thing without some type of evidence. I just think that this shit is sick, and I think that the only real victim is the little girl. Fuck the daddy. Fuck all the little niggas. Fuck everybody. The only real victim is that little girl. If it's true, her being raped. You have rape kits and all that shit. Like, they're taking DNA there. If there's rocks in her mouth, I'm sure there's a way to prove that. Like, I'm sure they have more evidence than what somebody he say, she say. Yeah, it's just a sad situation all the way around. Let's get into this next one.
Federal authorities say the man accused of stabbing and killing a 41-year-old woman at a bus stop in Alexandria was in the country illegally.
And it comes as we learn about serious charges dropped against the suspect dating back years. Fox 5's chief legal correspondent Katie Barlow has more on this story tonight. Katie?
Well, the folks we've spoken to in Fairfax County are angry about this case. Abdul Jalloh has a lengthy criminal history, including numerous arrests for violent crimes. Back in October of 2018, he was arrested for forcible rape. Now, that charge was dropped by then Commonwealth's attorney Ray Morrow. But earlier that same year, he was charged with maliciously shooting into an occupied building, a felony. That charge was reduced to destruction of property, which is a misdemeanor. He was sentenced to 30 days and supervised release. Now, despite this lengthy criminal history, in 2023, 5 years after the dropped rape charge, Jalloh was arrested for malicious wounding in January. Those charges were dropped. A spokesperson for Steve Descano's office says they were unable to move forward with the prosecution in that case because they didn't have the victim's participation. Less than a month later, Jalloh was arrested for aggravated malicious wounding. The charges were reduced and he was given 2 years and served less than 1 year. A spokesperson for Descano's office said, "Our office convicted the defendant of a 2023 malicious wounding charge, and we have since made every effort to hold him accountable each subsequent time that he has come in contact with the criminal justice system, including asking him to be held pre-trial and on a probation violation." Sean Kennedy is president of Virginians for Safe Communities and lives in Fairfax County. He says the Commonwealth's attorney has prosecuted multiple violent criminal cases without victim participation, and this is just the latest excuse, he says.
It was truly something that everyone knew was going to happen eventually, and now it has. So there's no excuse coming from the Fairfax County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office that's good enough. But he's filled with them. Steve Descano, has an excuse for every day that ends in Y. And this is yet another example of where we get nothing but blame shifting when there's finally a time to take responsibility for a failure and learn and do better.
Tonight, Virginia's governor responding in part. Governor Spanberger firmly believes that violent criminals who are in the United States illegally should be deported by immigration enforcement. DHS should request a signed judicial warrant to ensure this violent criminal is deported. Now, when we asked Descano's office about reducing the charges in 2023, they said malicious wounding was the conviction, which reflects the facts of the case.
Let's get to what he did.
Tonight, the community outcry is growing after an undocumented immigrant with a lengthy criminal history is accused of killing a Fredericksburg woman. 32-year-old Abdul Jallo is facing a murder charge for the stabbing death of Stephanie Minter. It happened at a bus stop in the Hybla Valley section of Fairfax County last week. And this morning, Jallo made his first court appearance since this incident, but it was for another crime. Our Matthew Torres was there and explains how, despite a laundry list of charges, Jallo was still allowed to roam the streets.
It's at this Walmart on Richmond Highway in Hybla Valley where employee Ivan Atoya says a man tried to steal a 45-inch TV 2 months ago.
When we stopped him, he seemed pretty calm, pretty tame.
Atoya appeared in court to testify against the suspect, 32-year-old Abdul Jallo. But that hearing was pushed back, giving Jallo time to get a public defender and address new allegations that he stabbed and killed a woman named Stephanie Minter at a bus stop last week.
You kind of have to be careful. Because you don't really know what someone is capable of.
Jallo frequented this Hybla Valley community, well known to both prosecutors and police.
Court records showed Jallo has a lengthy criminal history with more than 30 cases against him. Several of the charges were for malicious wounding, assault and battery, disorderly conduct, and even rape. Prosecutors dropped most of the cases.
Seeing someone that has a lot of charges on that is kind of scary.
A spokesperson for the Fairfax County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office says they were unable to prosecute those cases because victims could not be located or contacted despite police efforts to bring them to court.
This guy has 5 stabbings under his belt, a prior rape charge, and we're going to let him walk? It doesn't make any sense.
But Jallo did have 1 felony conviction for malicious wounding in 2023. Jallo was sentenced to 2 years with 5 years suspended, but was released 7 months later. Then he was arrested again and returned to court for violating probation. Jallo had the chance of going back to prison to serve the rest of his suspended sentence, but court documents say the prosecution and defense struck a deal instead. The judge accepted that agreement and simply resuspended Jallo and ended his probation, allowing him to walk away unsupervised.
Just outright disgusting that victims like Stephanie Minter shouldn't have been victims. You had tools in the toolbox, probation and parole revocation, and you didn't utilize them. So it is your fault.
The Department of Homeland Security says the Sierra Leone national came to the country illegally in 2012. ICE says it issued a detainer on him in 2020 and got an order of removal. Meanwhile, his defense for a bond hearing in 2023 says he was already in the States for nearly 20 years. Court documents also say he's been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.
The nigga just was in this country just doing unsolicited fuck shit. Hey, Democrats, hey, when y'all marching like for ICE and shit like that, is he the one y'all think about when y'all march? Like, do y'all lick y'all chops? Do y'all bust y'all guns? Do y'all go full on Antifa? Do y'all go full on that for this fuck nigga? Hold on, let me talk. Do y'all do that for him? Malicious wounding? How much y'all care about him? Not that much? Y'all like the immigrants, right? He your gardener? I know you don't want him as your gardener. Nigga, he was trying to steal a 45 out of Walmart. Fuck, nigga. You mad at them taking that nigga? How y'all feel about this nigga? He from Sierra Leone, doing unsolicited fuck shit for almost 20 years. They say he stabbed 5 people. Charged with forcible rape on 1. Another charge of him shooting into an occupied building. He got convicted. All illegal, keep in mind. Never been legal. They've been trying to get him out this motherfucker. Abigail's saying, you need to get a signed judicial warrant if you want to deport him. Y'all cool with that, Virginia? Y'all like how that smell? Talk to me. Talk. I need y'all to speak. Please speak to me on this topic. How everybody who's against Trump, fuck ICE, fuck them all, fuck. How do y'all feel about this one? Tell me. Because it sounds outrageous. Preposterous that this shit shouldn't even been fucking going on. It shouldn't even been going on. It's bullshit that is going on. It's diabolical. Oh my goodness. Like, this shit is crazy. All these unsolicited fuck niggas. But I just found this one. I got to play it.
Who shot a 15-year-old execution style at a bus stop will spend decades in prison.
Bill Miston is live from the Milwaukee County Courthouse as the boy's family looks for some closure. Bill?
Yeah, hey there, guys. Nelson Lopez Correa was shot in the head in October 2024 near 16th and Forest home. He died several days later. Today, the shooter learned his fate.
He was sweet, funny, humble, respectful, and full of life.
That was taken with the pull of a trigger.
It was an execution shot. That's what it was.
Christian Martin pulled the trigger.
Because your parents failed you. The lack of love and attention drove you to commit a heinous act.
Prosecutors said Martin was upset over a recent breakup with a girl who was with Lopez Correa that morning. She told police Martin followed the group to the bus stop and shot Lopez Correa. Martin ran off and was later arrested in Iowa. He was found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide at trial in December.
Can't even offer up a feigned apology to the court. Not a letter to the court, not a damn thing.
He didn't speak at Thursday's sentencing.
Mr. Martin is not man enough. He's a coward and a child to even confront the person face to face.
Judge David Porowski points to the case as an example of extreme violence over petty arguments.
We have reached a point in this community where homicides are so run-of-the-mill. Children can be killed, and it barely warrants a news story. It doesn't warrant a comment from an elected official. There are monsters on this earth, and maybe you're one of them.
Martin shook his head.
You're not? You want to address the court? I'll give you a chance.
He didn't take the chance. Borowski sentenced him to life in prison, only eligible for extended supervision after 45 years. A sentence Lopez Correa's family says is as close to justice as they'll get.
We wanted more, but it's right. It ain't gonna bring him back, but it's right.
Now, the sentence means that Martin will be in his 60s when he becomes first eligible for release from prison on extended supervision. In Milwaukee, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.
All right, Bill, thank you for that.
It's real savages and monsters out here. It's real monsters out here. I grew up with monsters. Once again, we can speak again on the black community. I grew up with mass murderers. I grew up with killers, known killers. And the community love them. They're held as heroes in our community, sadly. This shit is sick. Like, this is the culture that kills. The most deadliest savage animal beast culture that kills. shit's sick, man. Like, kids can't even be kids. Little girls gotta get raped. All this other bullshit happens to our children. All this other bullshit happens to our people. All this shit happens. Crazy, man. But we got more.
We do have breaking news to get to. First at 4, 2 arrests now in the murder of a 7-year-old girl in Atlanta.
Atlanta News First anchor Wale Aliu is in the breaking news First Alert tracker with the latest on this. Wale?
Listen, Carly Joe, this is a story that we've been talking about all week long, the shooting death of 7-year-old Zoe Price. As you mentioned, police have now arrested 2 people. In fact, within the last hour and a half, they just finished a press conference here at APD announcing those 2 arrests. Police say 19-year-old Preston Smith was arguing on the phone with Zoe's brother, Darius Price, and according to witnesses, listen to this, made a threat to shoot up Darius's home. Police say Preston traveled here, picked up an accomplice who police say is 17-year-old Stephen Richardson, drove to the home on Tiger Flowers Drive and started shooting at the house. Mayor Dickens spoke with both Zoe's mom, who, by the way, was also shot in this shooting. She survived, and Mayor Dickens says he also spoke with Zoe's sister.
The resounding theme from them when I talked to them about Zoe was that she was bright and that she was, but most importantly, she was compassionate and she was just a fun kid to be around. Zoe Price was only 7 years old. She was a child full of energy and full of joy.
Her family held this vigil last night, sharing thoughts and memories of the beloved 7-year-old. They say she loved dancing, cheerleading, basketball. Police say they are proud to be able to make both arrests within a week of the shooting. Coming up in the next hour, Mayor Dickens gives some stats about why he says anyone involved in a shooting here in the city of Atlanta does not stand a chance. How he says Atlanta police ranks when it comes to these homicide investigations compared to the rest of the country. That's coming up at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. For now, it's the very latest here in Atlanta. Wale Aliu, Atlanta News First.
Motherfuckers ask me why I smoke. Because this shit is depressing. This shit is depressing. Depressing as fuck. It's ridiculous to me. You ask me. So a 7-year-old girl has to lose her life. Once again, this is part of the course for what it is to be black. You beefing with your ops. You might could lose a sister. You might could lose your child. You might could lose your old lady. These niggas savage, no boundaries. There's never a ceasefire. It's never a white flag. It's never peace. It's never honor. It's never a code. It's never morality. It's only death, murder, shoot, kill. They can't even fucking fight. They can't even they can't even show how much more dominant he is physically, because physically these niggas is bitches. Quite literal and physical, he is a bitch. Yes, absolutely. Those are the faces that's terrorizing our community. They're terrorizing our community. Nobody should have to go through this type of bullshit. Nobody should have to go through this level of bullshit. But welcome to being black in America. Welcome to being in the black community. You can't have a girlfriend. You can't be a young kid. You can't even go to school and expect your teachers not to do no bullshit. Let's go.
News tonight, a high school basketball coach is behind bars after allegedly grooming and engaging in sexual conduct with a 16-year-old student player.
Keelan Benahan, a now former Cincinnati College Preparatory Academy coach, is facing numerous charges.
Alexis Martin is live with what she learned in court today. Alexis.
Cincinnati police say Behanan admitted to having sexual contact with the student yesterday during an interview. So now he's sitting behind me in the Hamilton County Justice Center after being booked late last night and appearing in court this morning. 26-year-old basketball coach Keelan Behanan is behind bars at the Hamilton County Justice Center. According to court documents, he admitted to police he had sexual contact with the 16-year-old girl, one of his own players. Investigators say the alleged crimes occurred 3 times in February in the girl's bedroom. During the time, Bohannon was coaching basketball at Cincinnati College Preparatory Academy in the West End. Investigators say he would continuously call, text, and engage in conversations about sexually related topics with the victim. I reached out to the Cincinnati College Preparatory Academy for more information. They sent back this statement saying Bohannon was terminated this morning. It goes on to say, "The safety and well-being of our students is of paramount importance at CCPA, and our administration is taking all available steps to protect our students and fully cooperate with law enforcement during this investigative process." Bohannon is facing 2 charges of sexual battery and a charge for grooming. Fox 19 Now's legal analyst Mike Allen says the grooming charge is new for Ohio, just becoming law last year.
The difference between the grooming charge and the actual sexual assault charge is that the grooming charge is concerned with the process that the offender goes through to get the person ready to be the victim, if you will, of the sexual assault.
Allen says victim advocates have been asking for this type of charge for a long time, criminalizing the conduct that leads to sexual assault.
If you are not able to prove the actual sexual assault beyond a reasonable doubt, at least you would have that backup charge of grooming if the elements are there.
Bohannon is being held on a $60,000 bond. As soon as we hear any new information on this investigation, we'll of course update you. Reporting downtown with photojournalist White Richards, I'm Alexis Martin, Fox 19 Now.
So you can't even have your kids playing sports in high school, playing sports in school no more. So your kids is getting preyed upon in your communities, preyed upon at your religious facilities, preyed upon at the schoolhouse. They're being killed on school buses. Ladies being stabbed at bus stops. People being shot up at bars. What's the biggest common denominator between all this fuck shit? We're gonna keep it going.
A woman who was charged 4 years ago with killing the man who fathered her baby may get the charges dropped.
Saquon is live this morning with the newest, biggest developments in the case that we're expecting to see today. Good morning, Say.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, this is a case that actually goes back to 2022, as you mentioned, when Kashia Golden, who was pregnant at the time, fatally stabbed her then boyfriend during an argument that turned violent. Golden is facing first-degree murder charges in the death of her then boyfriend, Kelvin Sidney. She was originally held on a $2 million bond. That amount was later dropped to $50,000, requiring Golden to pay $5,000 of it. The Chicago Community Bond Fund, which posts bond on behalf of people who can't afford to pay, provided that $5,000 bond required to get her out of jail, which her attorneys and judges at the time agreed was in the best interest of her unborn child. According to Golden's attorney, Sidney had dragged Golden by her hair, and she was forced to stab him in the leg when family members couldn't pull them apart during their argument. Her attorney says Golden acted in self-defense to protect her and her unborn baby, not knowing she hit an artery in Sidney's leg. Her attorney adds that Golden had previously miscarried after she was physically abused by Sidney. Police also tell us there have been over 50 calls made from the couple's home to report abuse. 5 of them were reported between June and September of 2022. And in 4 of those calls, Golden claimed Sidney had choked, punched, slapped, or pushed her. Today, her attorneys will be back here at Layton Criminal Courthouse seeking to dismiss any charges against her, really putting that self-defense at the center of that argument. Her attorney is set to appear in court in a little less than an hour now at 10 o'clock this morning. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Say. We'll be waiting to see if those charges do indeed get dropped later on this morning.
Let's be clear here on where I stand on this one. Do I feel like a man should be putting his hands on a woman? Nope. If that played out and she killed him because of that, is she wrong? Nope. Not in my eyes. Defend yourself, queen. Fuck him. But now here's where the wrong on her behalf, and this is where first-degree murder does come into play for me. First off, y'all have been in a domestic violence relationship before I even make that statement. I ain't gonna lie to you. Terrible, terrible picture. Not your best picture. If I had to say there was a violent female who went out of her way to kill a nigga, do I gotta go there? I shouldn't even have to go there. Beyond that, they said that there was 50 plus calls to the police to report abuse. For months, 5 domestic calls accusing this man of choking, punching, slapping, pushing, whatever. For a female, if this is all true, let's say all of this is true, for a female to stay in that situation and magically he dies, it feels premeditated to me. Because why wouldn't you leave after the first, second, third, fourth? Well, what he have on her? He might have been paying everything. I'm going to be honest. I don't know about y'all, but a nigga who got a job ain't got too much goddamn time to be just beating on y'all motherfucking ass. This seems like it was marathon beatings. This is all the hallmarks of a motherfucker who don't got a job. I can't be beating your ass too long when I got to wake up and go to work in the morning. I got to go to sleep. We got to have some peace in this motherfucker. If anything, I ain't even going to come home. I'm going to go to the fucking bar until y'all go to sleep and come home drunk and go pass the fuck out. I'm unconscious. No, I got to go there. I shouldn't have to go there, but that's besides the point. You're telling me after all this abuse, magically, after this time, now you, I don't know. But with all that to the side, if what she's saying is true, she should have killed the nigga. I'm just showcasing y'all, look at the violence even in our relationships. Look at the toxicity in a black relationship. And this ain't unusual. This is the standard. Look at the black relationship. This is the standard. So you're not safe in a relationship. You're not safe at school. You're not safe. Where the fuck do you have refuge as a black person? Look at how unsafe we are at all fucking times. It's crazy. My God. We got fucking more, though. Virginia. Come on, let's talk about Virginia.
And tonight, we are learning about another road rage stabbing incident in Virginia.
This time, a woman in Fredericksburg who's accused of trying to leave the scene of a crash, then stabbing the other driver in the hand. Shamari Stone with details.
Well, tonight, this is a bizarre, dangerous story. Fredericksburg police tell us that a woman is sitting in her car, driving. She hits another car, ramming it, and then eventually pulls out a knife. Let me tell you how this all went down. Police say 28-year-old Alexis Spencer, shown in this arrest photo, crashes into that other car on the 2200 block of Emancipation Highway around 5 o'clock last Friday evening. After hitting the other driver, investigators tell us Spencer drives off to get away. The other driver follows Spencer, and then Spencer hits the other driver again with her car several times, gets out, allegedly pulls out a knife, stabbing the other driver. Police arrive on the scene, arrest Spencer, and tonight she's in jail without bond.
It's honestly insane just to hear about, especially when, everyone's driving on the road. I drive, I've been honked at before, and I truly don't take it to heart, but when I hear situations like these where you're getting violent over something, and from I hear it was a hit and run, and you attack the other driver, it's just, what are you doing in reality? I don't know, it's kind of baffling.
I think it's something that shouldn't happen. I think we have to be in control of our own emotions.
The driver who was stabbed is going to be okay, treated and released. Meanwhile, Alexis Spencer is facing several charges, including malicious wounding, hit and run, and assault. We reached out to a relative, and that relative did not want to talk about her arrest. Her next court appearance is on March 31st. In Fredericksburg, I'm Shamari Stone. Back to you.
This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. What the fuck is this? You can't even drive in this motherfucker. So you telling me you're not safe honking your fucking horn at a nigga? You not safe honking your horn at a nigga? Like, this shit is crazy. Like, I wish I was making this shit up. I wish I was making this shit up. This is why y'all fuck with me, though. These women's gonna act like animals. These women act like anything other than a woman. And they're the main ones talking about nigga need to be making all this type of money in order to get with me. Bitch, you a wildebeest. I don't want your disrespectful. Get your stupid, dumb ass on. You sound stupid. And you broke, bitch. And you got no resources, bitch. And you got how many baby daddies, bitch? And bad attitudes, bitch. So now this bitch gonna be going to jail. Hopefully they need to keep her ass for life. That should have been attempted fucking murder. These little motherfuckers, man, I'm telling you, man. Little Tasmanian devil motherfuckers. I can imagine them. Demon. But imagine how much shit she done got away with, though. Imagine before it got to this point, how bad, and trust me, she's in Virginia. It's going to be a slap on the motherfucking wrist. Let's be clear. She's a woman. It's ridiculous. Now imagine if it was a man who did that, if we're going to talk about it. Imagine if it was a man who did, man, you going to jail for 20, nigga, what? But, hey, this shit is diabolical. Speaking of diabolical.
On 2 tonight, new video shows the men that witnesses say ran through a Second Ward neighborhood after robbing a woman who was breastfeeding her child in her car. Our Joy Addison is going frame by frame with this latest evidence.
While I didn't get anyone on camera, I did speak to several people here in the area, and they say that the incident happened just up the street outside of the fire station and carried over into an alley just behind their homes. Now, while they didn't see the robbery, what they say they did come outside and see was about 10 to 15 people running, walking, and driving down the street looking for those two suspects. And they say in that crowd was the woman's husband, who was looking for the two men in his truck. Now, I showed them video of these suspects, and they think that these are people who actually hang out here in their neighborhood. This color video clearly shows one of the two men jumping over a neighbor's fence. This still image captures a close-up of one of the men neighbors say ran from Navigation Boulevard after robbing the woman while she was sitting in her car breastfeeding her baby. The child was injured during the struggle and had to be transported to the hospital. The woman told police the two men committed the robbery together, then split up. Neighbors say one of them was armed, the other was not, until he allegedly found a gun inside the purse he stole. Video shows him taking what appears to be a gun and leaving the purse behind. Neighbors say the woman's husband chased the men in his truck while others pursued them on foot, but eventually lost sight of them. Police have received both the video and this still image. Now, these neighbors told our media partner Grizzly's Hood News that they believe these two men hang out at a green corner store here in the Second Ward. If you recognize either of them, you're urged to call HPD. Reporting from the Second Ward, Joy Addison, KPRC 2 News.
This shit is crazy. Oh my God. It's so fucking diabolical. You can't even breastfeed in this bitch. Oh my God. This shit is crazy. You can't even breastfeed in this motherfucker. Why the fuck would you rob a woman breast? These niggas is savages. Oh my fucking God. When these folks be going into my comment section talking about niggas, when white folks go in my comment section talking about niggas, I got nothing, no defense for no nigga that y'all are commenting about. Understand this. I am a place of peace for y'all to go to fuck in on these niggas. Cause I'm showing you what I'm seeing. I'm going to fuck in on these niggas. Fuck them. Fuck him. Look at him. That shit is disgusting as a bitch. You want me to show you how fucking low? Understand, this whole episode happened because somebody told me black people got more respect for their elders like that. I said, nigga, are you fucking seeing what the fuck I'm seeing in this world? We are fucked. Like, as a black community,
This shit is fucked. It's been fucked. It's been fucked for a long fucking time, and nobody's talking about it. But we got
story. A great-grandmother says she was traumatized after a man slapped her hard on her backside while she was grocery shopping. And she says 2 other women may have also been attacked while shopping. It happened in DeKalb County at that Kroger store on Flat Shoals Parkway in Ellenwood. Channel 2's Tom Jones is live there now. Tom, the great-grandmother says she thought she would be safe in a grocery store.
And Karen, May St. Julian now knows that virtually nowhere is safe for women. She says she was pushing her cart like this inside this Kroger when the unthinkable happened.
It made a loud noise, like a gunshot almost.
May St. Julian thought she was in a safe space when it happened.
To me, it was a form of sexual assault, you know, to be hit in that spot.
The 73-year-old great-grandmother says she was pushing her basket on aisle 3 in this Kroger on Flat Shoals Parkway, February 26th, around 4:30 that afternoon.
I'm just minding my business, shopping for a recipe I found on TikTok.
That's when a young man came up behind her and smacked her hard on her backside.
And all of a sudden, I heard this pop and this sting on my behind.
She says her attacker then seemed proud of what he had just done.
He turned around and kind of smirked and just ran off.
St. Julian says she was stunned, hurt, traumatized, and angry. Then, when police arrived, she says an officer told her she had just finished investigating a similar incident where a man attacked 2 women at the grocery store across the street.
He hit him on the behind and ran.
This has left St. Julian scarred.
I may even need to talk to a counselor about it.
St. Julian wants to raise awareness about the incident, and she wants her attacker off the streets.
I want him to be caught, to be stopped.
And police told me they are investigating this incident, but they say they weren't aware of the 2 incidents across the street. That may be because those women didn't choose to pursue charges. Now, St. Julian says she has shopped at this Kroger for more than 20 years. Says she'll find somewhere else to shop now. We're live in DeKalb County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Do y'all even want to see? Do you even want to see? You can't even grocery shop. You can't even fucking grocery shop now? Hey, all I'm going to say is niggas. Just know, niggas. Y'all believe I got sources now? Hey, niggas in that mentality disgust me too. I'm against that too. I'm with y'all on against them niggas. I hate them. Fuck them. Fuck them. And I'm out. Wow.